welcome back to Days of Darkness, and welcome to my review of Alien 3. This one came out in 1992. It is starring Sigourney Weaver, Charles Dance, and Charles S. Dutton, and was directed by David Fincher. Oh man, so real quick, feels really fucking good to be sitting down once again. I know we've posted a couple podcasts in the last couple weeks, but it feels really good to be sitting down and talking about a fucking movie with you guys. I fucking love this shit. It's my bread and butter. Really, excuse me, really enjoy the podcasts as well, but you know, damn, it feels good to be doing this once again. Only problem is I'm reviewing Alien 3. I'm not gonna bury the fucking lead here, guys. I'm not gonna lead y'all on. I fucking hate this movie. I fucking hate this movie. I've decided, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna sit down, open mind. I remember watching this when I was in like high school, late middle school, early high school, somewhere around there. And I fucking hated it. I thought it was bad. At the time, I really wasn't super knowledgeable in the filmmaking aspects of what makes this a fucking horrible movie. But I know I didn't fucking like it. You know, they make certain choices in this film with certain characters, and beyond, that's just the tip of the iceberg, man. But just that I fucking didn't like it. So I came in, I'm like, all right, open mind, clean slate. Let's see if I can fix this movie for myself. No. I hated it even more this time. I'll tell you this movie's fucking boring as well. This movie is abysmally fucking boring. There is a difference between a slow burn movie and a fucking boring movie. I would consider it to a certain extent, the very first Alien, to be a slow burn in certain regards. This movie is fucking boring. So much so that rarely do I fall asleep during movies. I fucking fell asleep. And it wasn't like a case where like, oh, I was super fucking tired. I had just gotten off of work, but you know, I was all good. I had some food in me. And, you know, I had my fucking water. I was like, all right, let's do this. And this movie fucking put me to sleep like an hour in. I don't know what else I need to say. Review over. Nah, I'm kidding. We're going to get all into it. But, yeah. That's fucking nuts. I had to go back and watch. I didn't want to, but I had to go back and just watch the fucking rest of it. And I was, oh, God. But let's get into some spoiler-free things. Mostly the filmmaking aspects of why this is bad. Writing standpoint. Directing, all of that. And I shouldn't say directing. I think some of the camera angles are a little fucking weird. Like, there's a lot of first-person stuff and a lot of fucking... I don't blame David Fincher, necessarily, because I know there was a lot of fucking studio interference with this. I've heard about and read some scripts that are for Alien 3 that are proposed scripts that are somehow even fucking worse than what we got. So they tripped over one rock and they just kept tripping, dude. This movie was just bad from very beginning to very end. I don't understand it. I don't understand how you can take, you know, and it's a shame too, because there are some ideas and concepts that are kind of fucking cool in this. There's some shit that just straight up doesn't fucking make sense, but there's some stuff that I think if you know, framed it the right way and tweaked some stuff, I think we could have a really fucking special movie on our hands, but instead we get fucking shit. But yeah, moving on. So I don't necessarily blame David Fincher. I know he's gone on record saying that he just fucking hates this movie. He wants nothing to do with it. He completely disowns it, and I don't blame him. But yeah, man, it's just a downgrade. Let's start with the special effects. The alien the actual design of the alien and the idea behind it, I think, is fine. And the look of him is okay? This thing is fucking mostly CGI. At least from what I saw. You know, I've heard some people say that there was only one CGI shot. I'm not trying to discredit anybody, but if that's the case, holy fuck, dude. Really? How? How, dude? And this movie had a fucking big budget behind it, too. It's not like this was just some cheap piece of shit fucking movie. This movie had some shit behind it. It's a big fucking movie. It's a big deal. It's the third Alien movie. How did this thing look this fucking atrocious? If you're rendering something with CGI and you can see that it's that fucking bad, don't put it in the fucking movie. Especially in 1992. Computer-generated shit was not where it needs to be. Or was not where it needed to be to have a fully CGI rendered thing. Again, some people say it was, most of it was a puppet, like, superimposed, and, you know, there's special features evidence, and yada, yada, yada. And that could very well be true. But if that's the case, how the fuck is practical effects in an Alien movie looking that bad? That is fucking horseshit. There's no excuse for it. None. There's no fucking excuse. I'm getting angry, like, talking about this. Because it's lunacy, dude. There's no reason to have this fucking alien look that fucking bad for, like, a majority of the movie. There's stop motion aspects, there's stop motion shots of the alien. It looks fucking horrible. Some of the close-ups, it looks cool sometimes. But a majority of the time it looks bad. It looks fucking really bad. And I'm usually not a big special effects snob, you know, but when you're in a series like Alien, like the Alien series, and you are putting out that, shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. No other way to fucking put it. Something I didn't expect. I don't usually, I mean, I pay attention to it, obviously, but I don't really ever talk about it, because most of the time it's fine in movies for the most part. The fucking sound design in this is awful. Like, there's scenes in this movie where people are right on the fucking screen, and I can't hear a goddamn thing they're saying. That's not good. Like, and I know I'm talking about a movie that now is 20 years old. Wait, no. Yes? No, oh, fuck. This movie's 30 years old. Moving on. Holy shit. Really? God, yeah. 30. Anyways, moving on. I just fucking realized how... okay. Sorry. 30 years old. I get it. It's been done. Get over it. But God, this fucking movie makes me angry. Whoa, I just had a full existential crisis on camera. but moving on. But yeah, the sound design is fucking terrible. The biggest problem, though, beyond, you know, there's a lot of big problems in this, but for me, one of the biggest is the characters, dude. We're coming off of Alien and Aliens, where, yeah, not every character had some big, gripping story about them. But they were fucking real, man. They were like, they felt like real, identifiable fucking people. They didn't feel like robots. They didn't feel like just simple lambs to slaughter. Literally, besides like 3 characters, including Ripley. So Ripley and 2 other characters. Everyone is the same. Down to the way they look. Everyone is the same. How the fuck do you do this? I don't get it. I just don't fucking get it. Yeah, there's a reason why they all kind of look the same. But it's not just that, man. They're all hollow. There's nothing interesting about any of them. you get some attempts at it, and I think there's some compelling aspects to the group as a whole. But there's just nothing about these guys that I care about. So when they die, I don't give a fuck. And when you're, if it's just some random slasher movie, then fine. Still not good, but fine. But this is Alien, dude. Anyways, to wrap up the spoiler-free section, because we're running on about 11 minutes here. I do not recommend this. Stop at Aliens. Just stop at Aliens. Read the AVP comics. Those things are fucking phenomenal, I think. There's still other Alien media out there for you to consume that is quality stuff. Not this. This movie is fucking terrible. And I know as far as the Alien series, I know we're doing Alien and Predator. But as far as the Alien series, we got a fucking doozy coming up. So, an Alien Resurrection. So I know it only gets worse from here. So I'm fucking just thrilled about that. But yeah, man. Can you tell I really don't like this movie very much? But anyways, man. That's my spoiler-free review. But you know what we gotta do? I almost fucking introed Kill the Film. Not yet. We still have a full 30-minute section to get through. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get on into the spoiler section. So let's spoil the shit out of this motherfucker. Alright, spoiler time. Your ass has been warned. I'm really, really happy to be on camera, as you can probably tell. Which is good, because the happiness of me returning to film reviews and the fucking sadness of talking about this, it's balancing out pretty well, and I'm not nearly as enraged as I probably should be, but give it time, we might get there. Anyways, moving on. So the opening of this, when people talk about Alien 3, one of the big things I always hear about is the fact that they kill off Bishop, Newt, and Hicks, which, yes, to me, is a huge fucking problem. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people are like, oh, it sucks that they killed them. They were such cool characters, and yada, yada, yada. And I agree. If I was at the helm of this, I would not have killed off those characters. Maybe like Bishop or something for emotional impact. But I personally wouldn't have killed them off. That being said, if you're going to kill them off, at least make it emotionally impactful in the film that you're making. I don't know if it was an issue of not being able to get the actor. Well, they got Bishop's actor back, obviously, but I don't know if it was an issue of not being able to get the two actors. Maybe you recast them. I fucking wouldn't. And if that's the case, then maybe it's better what they did here. But if it's a possibility of you being able to get them, why would you not? I don't understand it. It's not my biggest problem with the movie. That was the big thing for me, my first watch around in late middle school, early high school. It's not my biggest thing now. I'm fine with killing them off. That part doesn't bother me, but at least make it narratively important to the story. It's important. It affects Ripley, obviously, but I think you could have... I mean, they get killed off basically in the opening fucking credits of the movie. It's in very unremarkable, very boring ways. I mean, these are important characters. So if you're going to kill them, at least make it memorable. It's Newt just drowns in her cryostasis, and fucking Hicks, got obliterated by something. Which I know, in my little research I did, I know they said that, oh, it was somebody else. So, fuck off. No, that was, I think it's Colonial Marines that made it canon that it was somebody else. Fuck that shit. That fucking piece of shit game does not exist. This was Hicks. He got fucking obliterated by something, but I mean, me personally, man, if I'm booking, I would just, because the whole idea, you know, how the alien even gets involved, is that there was a stowaway egg on their ship, which doesn't make any fucking sense. Because there was a fire from the acid blood from the fucking face hugger, and it caused an escape pod to launch off, yada, yada, yada. And it landed on the prison planet. We have our movie. But that doesn't make any sense, because the alien queen was on the outside of the ship, never got on. I mean, it was in the cargo bay or whatever, but the actual ship they're traveling in, the alien queen was never in that fucking thing. And we're gonna dive even deeper into that. She detached herself from her egg fucking sack thing. So what the fuck? But you know, I guess it's just one of those things you have to accept. So if you're gonna do that, have fucking all three of them get infected with a face hugger, except for Bishop, obviously, being that he is a robot, and just have it fucking be this intense, crazy scene where Hicks has a fucking alien crack out of him. Everyone's all sad and devastated, and then you have the double impact of fucking Newt having an alien burst out of her, which I know is fucking morbid and it's fucking sad, but at least then you have some emotional impact in your movie. Loud ass fucking car. At least then you have some emotional impact. I know I went into a fucking fanfic mode, but I just don't fucking get it, dude. I just do not fucking get it. But anyways, they are not infected with eggs. They're just dead. But Ripley is, and we'll get into that later. But yeah, man, they crash land on this prison planet, and God, this movie's so fucking stupid. Then we get some really, really bad sound design in the form of them like yelling at each other, but there's rain in the background, so that means you just shouldn't be able to hear what they fucking say, apparently. Not true. There's a way to fucking do that well, and they did not do it here. But moving on, dude. So Ripley is, and also I need to point this out. I know we're harping on this opening a lot. When that face hugger, because it's established later on, Ripley thinks that Newt got the face hugger. They crack her open and realize no. And, you know, the story goes on from there. It's Ripley. The thing attached itself to Ripley. So, the fact that the face hugger is still alive afterwards, I have a huge fucking problem with that. Up until this point, it has been clearly established that the face hugger is a parasite and it fucking dies after it infects somebody. That's how this works. So, how the fuck this thing is able to just detach itself and then latch itself onto the dog later on. This movie just fails, dude. I don't know what else to say. I just don't get it. That's why, again, if you're gonna just fucking not make any sense and have an egg on board the ship, just have fucking like 3 or 4 of them. Then you can get a dog alien, you can get a couple regular aliens. Just have fun with it. But anyways, but yeah, like I said, man, characters suck. They're all, it's a prisoner planet. It's like a prisoner mining facility, I guess is what you could call it. I guess it's something else. It's not mining, but it's a fucking prison planet. So there are all these prisoners, just a bunch of bald dudes in fucking trench coats, I think. And they're just all a bunch of bald guys, and they all have nothing interesting about them. The only 2 characters that we meet that we really give a goddamn about in this whole prison facility is Clemens, who ends up being Ripley's kind of love interest, and Dylan, who's a very loud-spoken, very entertaining character. I love that. We're gonna jump around a little bit here, but I love the scene in the cafeteria because here's the compelling part about these characters as a whole. Besides Clemens, because I think it's pretty well established that he's not necessarily a bad guy. He's just here. Uh, but all these guys are like rapists and pedophiles and murderers, and they're just all fucking bad people. Which is the reason why they're here. And I like that they're all like super fucking religious, and so I don't know, I think there's something very compelling about that, of them striving to find salvation, especially since, you know, death is very close for all of them. I think it's an interesting little tidbit that they're all looking for this salvation. It's weird though, because at one point, a couple of them, obviously they haven't seen a woman in years, but a couple of them try to rape Ripley. So it's like, what, do you want salvation or not? You know, and I think that's one thing that, you know, I've done a little research into the assembly cut. That's one thing that they fix in the assembly cut. But moving on. So, you know, it's a cool idea to have these like really awful people kind of searching for some sort of redemption. They don't expand upon it any more than just, you know, talking about God sometimes. But whatever, man. But yeah, anyways, so that a big part of that is Dylan, and when they're in the cafeteria, establishing that, hey, none of us are good fucking people here. When Ripley tries to sit down with him, and he's like, "You don't want to know me, lady. I'm a murderer and rapist of women." And I love Ripley's response to that too. She just goes, "Oh, well, I must intimidate you then." I actually really, really like that interaction between those two. I think that was pretty cool. We actually get a little bit of, you know, classic Ripley there. I fucking really, really enjoy that. But yeah, man, so I know we're jumping around, but I really, really like that scene. I think you could have done a whole lot more with the prisoner characters, and they just didn't. So, oh fucking well, I guess. Moving on. After they crack open Newt and find out that she is not with Alien Child, they end up cremating Hicks and Newt, which is a very, very sad little scene there. It would have been a lot more sad if we actually had some, you know, emotional weight to their deaths themselves, but, you know, it still is a pretty good scene, all things considered. Love that interlaid with, again, the dog ends up getting the face hugger, and that with that poor fucking dog getting chest bursted. Oh, God, it's so fucking sad. I didn't like that this alien just looks pretty well fully grown as soon as it pops out. Like, again, it's been totally established that, hey, you know, this thing, it grows like that. But not that fucking quickly. Like, this thing is almost done growing as soon as it fucking pops out of this dog. Okay. I really like that they play with, like, different species getting the facehugger, though, in this. I know originally it was supposed to be an ox, but they changed it to a dog, and the studio fucking, again, just fucked around with it. But yeah, I enjoy the fact that, you know, they played around with different ideas of, oh, what would it be like if it came out of a dog and this thing runs on all fours, and it's a cool idea, for sure. Really isn't that cool now, especially that we've established that, I mean, I say now, but this has been a matter of fact for years before Alien 3, that, you know, aliens crawl on all fours anyways. So really there's nothing overtly special about this thing except the fact that it fucking is red. Other than that, though, there's really nothing that cool about it to me. I do like that we get a little exploration with it, though, even though it could have been a little cooler. You know, you could have picked something else other than a dog, because it's just a normal fucking alien, essentially. Just a little different. But yeah, man. So this poor doggy gets fucking chest bursted. They have the funeral for Newt and Hicks. And then time passes. This is a big problem I have with this fucking movie. We really have no idea how much time has passed. The only real indication we get is that Ripley is bald now. She has shaved her head, which has to be pretty relieving because I've been bald, as you all fucking well know. I've been bald on the channel. And it's nice, man. You don't have to fucking worry about having to wash your thick ass hair every day. You know, it's nice. It's cool. I don't know why I felt the need to go into the benefits of a buzz cut. I'm trying to stretch whatever positives I can out of this fucking piece of shit. But moving on. So she's fucking bald. She establishes with Clemens that, you know, she's basically like, hey, I've been here for a while. Wanna fuck is essentially what happens, and then, you know, they fuck and yada yada. She has a little love interest. It's cool, whatever. I think Ripley deserves some fucking dick after all the fucking shit she has been through. Just terrible. So, you know, yeah, get laid, baby. It's all good. But yeah, man, the biggest like problem I have with the time passing, just in general, it doesn't really matter how long it's been. Number one, how the fuck have they not found out that this alien is there yet? Is this alien just stowed away somewhere and is hiding? No. Aliens go out of their way to make nests and evolve into a queen, and one of them eventually evolves into a queen, which we'll get into that later. At least that's my understanding of things. I'm pretty fucking sure that's how it works. But yeah, man, you know, that's their whole thing. So why the fuck? I'm assuming it's been like months, because she's pretty clearly established in this prison now. Everyone knows her for the most part. So it's like, just where the fuck has this alien been? Even if it's been weeks, this thing should have made its presence known a long bit before this. Like, this thing should have been fucking killing motherfuckers like that. But whatever. Not only that, it's established at a certain point in the movie that Ripley has a chest burster inside of her, has an alien inside of her chest. And it's an alien queen, which we'll get into why that's fucking stupid in a second. But why is it taking so long for this thing to come out of her body? It takes other people, you know, maybe, I think in the first one it was like maybe a day, maybe. This thing has been in her for fucking weeks, if not months. What the fuck? I don't understand it. I don't fucking get it. It's just, you know, blah. Anyways. The whole time deal just doesn't fucking work for me at all. I like the scene where, you know, she rummages through the junk heap and finds Bishop and is able to boot him back up. In between this, some of the prisoners do try to rape her, but they're stopped by Dylan, and Dylan kind of establishes himself. He's the one who is like, you know, oh, I'm a murderer and a rapist, and yada yada. But he does establish himself as somewhat of a babyface, as babyface as one of these guys can be, because again, they're pretty fucking awful people. But he does establish himself to at least be on her side for the moment. So that's a fine way to establish that, you know, but whatever. Anyways, I'm just trying to get positives out of this, man. I always try to be fair with movies. Then again, there is, you know, some positive stuff in this, but just, it's few and far between. But yeah, man, I like her booting Bishop back up and basically him giving her all the information he can, like, you know, the facehugger was on board with you guys and yada yada yada. And then that, you know, very somber goodbye of her just kind of, you know, switching the switch off and putting a permanent end to Bishop. I like that line where he's like, I'm not what I once was, and I'd rather be nothing. Something like that. But it's really that line of, I'd rather be nothing at all. It's sad, man. It's sad, especially even if it's a fucking robot. It's still, you know, it's like there's nothing after this, but you'd rather that than be a shell of what you once were. I think that was pretty powerful. But yeah, she switches him off. I think it's kind of stupid that he sighs, like he's like, oh. I'm like, you're a fucking robot. Just turn off. But yeah, you could call that a nitpick, but it is pretty fucking dumb. But yeah, man. So she puts an end to Bishop. She then discovers. I might be skipping over some stuff. I'm not sure. Who really gives a fuck? But she then uses a scanner to discover that yes, the alien queen is inside of her and is growing inside of her, not Newt, when she's already kind of clarified that it wasn't Newt. Couldn't be Bishop for obvious reasons, and it ain't Hicks because that motherfucker doesn't got a head anymore, essentially, from what I saw. But yeah, man, she ends up, I don't know what the fuck's going on with my beard. It's like doing this weird spike thing. Oh well, I guess you'll have to get used to it because I can't fix it. I gotta love ADHD. Moving on. So, yes, the alien queen baby thing is inside of her. Again, I don't fucking like this because, like some people say, oh, it was a queen face hugger. That's fucking stupid, number one. And number two, how is this already a queen? You're supposed to fucking evolve from a standard xenomorph into a queen. It's pretty well commonplace that all aliens are female or whatever version, if they even really have a fucking gender to begin with. But I know I refer to xenomorphs as him most of the time. I don't know why. But yeah, these things are pretty much non-binary. They don't really have a gender necessarily. But yeah, man, I don't understand how this thing is already a fucking queen when it's a baby. That it just doesn't fucking make any sense to me, and it's something I don't hear people bitch about enough. That's fucking stupid. You're an alien. You're a xenomorph inside of this body, and then eventually you turn into a queen if you live long enough. And you're able to make a nest and breed xenomorphs, yada yada yada. That's how this fucking works. It's been established. That's how this works. Fuck it, whatever. I don't fucking get it. Again, you're gonna hear me saying a lot of that in this fucking review, because I just don't get it. But moving on, so she realizes she has this queen inside of her. She is begging Dylan. Oh, I glanced over, I knew I was skipping something. She's getting treated by Clemens, who's kind of her love interest, and then boom, the fucking dog alien comes up and kills Clemens, and a pretty wicked kill too, which we'll get to. But kills Clemens, but spares Ripley, which I thought was a cool little detail. Basically, this thing can sense that the alien queen is inside of her. So, obviously, the alien wants that baby to be born, so it's not going to kill Ripley. Because, you know, the fucking queen's going to do that herself. But yeah, man, so then she goes out of her way to find out what's going on, finds out, and then is begging Clement is dead at this point, begging Dylan, like, please just kill me, just get it over with. And he decides not to. He says, before I kill you, we gotta kill this fucking alien first. So he cuts a deal with her. It's like, oh, we kill it, I'll kill you. And she's like, alright. Pretty fucking fair trade. At this point in this woman's life, I'd be pretty comfortable with just dying at this point too. I think that would be for the best, which, you know, the ending is pretty, you know, adjacent to that thought process of, yeah, I think I'm just gonna fucking die now. This is just fuck it. But yeah, man, so they have this trap to basically pour molten lead onto the alien. This whole trap sequence is god-awful. It's mostly comprised of really, really shit, either CGI or puppet work, whatever you want to fucking call it. It looks like shit nonetheless. And again, if something looks like shit and you know it's going to look like shit, don't fucking put it in your movie. just have the alien be obscured in vision and have close-ups and maybe get some fucking special effects people who are worth a shit and do it that way, because I don't know what the fuck. Anyways, yeah, it's just a lot of really shaky POV shots of the alien chasing after prisoners and killing them. And just a lot of really shitty shots of the alien jittering around and fucking just awful shit. Yeah, man. There's like scenes where they close a door in front of the alien, and it looks like a fucking 13-year-old photoshopped it in. It looks awful. Moving on. So eventually, Clemens does... I keep mixing the two up. Dylan does sacrifice himself by grabbing hold of the alien and giving Ripley and the other just random prisoner guy enough time to kill the alien by pouring molten lava onto them both. Molten lead. The alien bursts out of it, and she puts on like coolant or some like liquid or something, and the alien fucking explodes. That was pretty fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie, that was fucking rad. But yeah, man. And then we get to the end where Human Bishop comes out and is like, "Hey, gonna need you to get on board the ship. We're gonna operate on you and get this alien out of you." And she knows that they just want to weaponize it and use it for research and self-gain and yada yada. She's like, "No, I'm not letting this happen. This is fucking it. It's done. It's over with." So she steps over the ledge and falls into one of the furnaces. She just she jumps off the fucking railing and just lets herself fall into the lava or fire or whatever. And the alien queen, for some fucking reason, bursts out of her chest. She grabs onto it and she's like, "Nope, you're coming with me, bitch. No fucking way out of it." And they both fall into the lava. Very, very shit looking death for Ripley. Instead of like falling into the fire and just like, you know, I'm not asking to see her fucking face fall off or anything like that, but you would at least expect like a splash or something, or just getting engulfed. No, she just gets really tiny. It like looks fucking awful. What the fuck? It looks horrible. It looks terrible. Ugh. Moving on. So yeah, Ripley's dead. I know in the assembly cut, instead they have it where the alien queen just doesn't come out of her at all, and I think that's a little more compelling. Because then, you know, you're like, okay, could she have survived? Would she even want to survive at this point? You know, you can ask those questions. I think it's pretty interesting. But no, they were just like, I'll just have the alien pop out of her. So it does, and it just ends all debate. Yeah, she was fucked no matter what. But yeah, it is. I will say it is cool that she just holds on to it like a badass, and was like, "Nope, motherfucker, you're coming with me." And then they fall in. I can take it either way, really. But yeah, this movie's fucking bad. You know, and then they have the ending where the fucking random surviving prisoner plays her final log from the original Alien. Yeah, this movie's bad, dude. Just don't watch it. It's just not fucking good at all. I hate it. I don't plan on ever watching this again. Maybe I'll check out the assembly cut one day, but other than that, no. No. But yeah, man, that'll fucking do it for the review portion of the video. But you know what we gotta do now, baby? We gotta get into the blood, the guts, and the gory bits. We gotta get into my Kill the Film. Stick around. Alien 3 sucks. But I will say we do get some pretty fucking solid kills, man. I think the chest burster scene with the dog was pretty fucking sad, but also very brutal, very bloody, very gory. I don't like seeing animals die, though. You know, give me people dying all fucking day. I don't give a shit about that, but don't kill the fucking pooch, man. It's just not cool. That being said, though, I think that those were some really, really good special effects. Thought it looked fucking brutal. Good stuff. I almost gave it to Clemens. I think Clemens has a fucking very, very memorable death. Just having the alien, dog alien, runner alien, whatever the fuck people call this thing, grab his head, and you just, you know, in the original Alien, you see very close up, very split second shots of this thing, like, you know, boop, getting into somebody's head. This one's like way more fucking brutal. It like takes a chunk out of this dude's fucking skull. I was like, holy shit! It's a pretty fucking good kill. And then that leads to the iconic shot of Ripley up against the wall and the alien just like looking at her and just snarling, and really cool shit. I like that scene. I think they're in like the sewer or something. And one of the I couldn't really tell you what happens. I guess the dude got like mouthed. That's what I call it. He got mouthed by the alien. Just blood squirts all over his body. That was kind of cool. I think the alien death is pretty fucking rad in this. Instead of just getting launched into space like normal, this thing gets covered in molten lead, explodes out of that to go and try and kill people again, but then gets like cool liquid stuff put on him, and then he just fucking bursts like. That was pretty fucking cool. Ripley's death was horrible. I usually don't include bad deaths on the DOD kill the film stuff, but that one just looked fucking awful. Just again, you would think she just falls into the lava, but no, she just gets tiny. Just it's like, did you get sucked into another fucking vortex, or what the fuck happened? Is this stupid? But man, kill of the film for me, I will say, I had a lot of fun with the fan kill, where that guy is just in the fucking, I guess he's cleaning in this tunnel with his big ass fucking fan going behind him, and the alien, who, again, this is after the time jump, so this alien has just been hanging out, you know, just been fucking around, whatever. So I guess he spits acid on this dude's face, which is another unique trait of this alien breed, I guess, but spits acid in his face. This dude goes rolling into the fucking fan and just gets mowed to pieces by this thing. You only really see the big gore just for a couple seconds, but it was a pretty fucking fun kill. I won't lie. It was cool shit. But yeah, man, that'll motherfucking do it for Alien 3. Not a fucking good movie. Not a fucking good movie at all. But, you know, I had a fun time talking shit on it. So there we go. Next time on Days of Darkness. Holy shit. Oh, we're not talking about a shit movie, man. Because I know, you know, after I review just a shit heap like Alien 3, I want to go into something really, really fucking good. I want to get a palate cleanser before I eventually get into like Alien Resurrection and the really, really bad movie The Predator. And I know this series takes some really bad turns, so I want a fucking palate cleanser. I want something that's going to make me go, this is why I fucking love horror. And we're going to do that, man, because next week on Days of Darkness, we are going to be reviewing one of the best fucking horror films of all time. No doubt in my fucking mind. I have been waiting to watch this movie and review it for a very long time, and I think now is the time. Ladies and gentlemen, next time on Days of Darkness, we are going to be reviewing The Shining. Alright, guys. You have a good rest of your day. Take care of each other, and keep watching horror. Alright, guys.